I've had an interesting relationship with cannabis, is like working in the industry for a long time and being I am still a huge proponent of it in general, but also seeing that it's like there's a time and a place and a way of doing it and all these things, and how much for me specifically, how much, not that I so much get addicted to it, but how much it becomes, it's like an amplifier. So if I'm ever using it in a way that you would use a substance you'd be addicted to, if I'm ever using it to escape, like if I'm feeling shitty or anxious and I just want to like smoke and get away from that, then bam, I just get pulled right into it. And like I get so anxious, or so whatever I was
Yeah.
feeling that I was trying to run away from just magnifies like crazy.
Yeah.
And just seeing it does have, for me, there's almost like a, cannabis puts me into my feminine a lot, I find. Like I get a
Hmm.
lot of ideas, a lot of insights, but then also a lot of anxiety, a lot of my wanting to change direction on things is because of cannabis use over time.
Yep. Yep.
And just, but then I go without it for a while and I get bored of like just not having that crazy. There's like high, but also low lows, but you don't think about missing the lows, but you think about missing the like crazy highs that come with it. And just,
Yeah.
but I've been a lot more consistent since I use it maybe once a month now, and only when things are going well. Like I've
Yeah.
actually gotten a lot better at being like, oh, I really just want to smoke a joint and get away from it, like whatever it is. And you're like, no,
Yeah.
catching those moments and being like, no, that's not going to help you right now. What do you probably just want to like meditate for a little while and turn your brain
Hmm.
off?
Yeah. So you're like, you need to go towards yourself in those moments rather than trying to run from yourself.
100%.
And I think if I could give a general message on addiction and like the whole spectrum of it, it would be you, there's a part of you that is like the best version of yourself, most optimized, most in your power, like just killing it in life, whatever the dream version of you is, like dying with total feeling like, that was successful on your deathbed, being like, I fucking did it in terms of the development of your character and all of that, not just like the things you did in your life, like who you are. In a way, if you're serving that person and trying to get to that person, you have a duty to that person to never allow yourself to be controlled by any external thing. You need to be running your own life. You need to be handling it. Whatever comes at you, your internal state is strong enough and resilient enough that you can handle it. And so when it comes to being dependent on a thing for your happiness, whether it's a screen or food, like you and I have both fasted, or
Mhm.
something that you smoke, or something that you drink, or gambling, or porn. Oh, I got to look at porn this much in order to be happy. I got to find this right image in order to be happy. If you're dependent on an external thing to be happy, that thing is controlling you.
Yeah.
And so you need to figure out how to regulate your use of that and dominate that thing with your mind so that it doesn't own you. And that doesn't happen just by reading a book. It's a practice. And this is why I often tell people, like, oh, you want to deal with your addiction, you want to get into recovery. I don't see a path to recovery that doesn't involve you quitting. Like, you got to quit. Some people think that like, you could just get down to like moderation, but I haven't really seen that work. You actually need to scrap it and put it over there and be like, you don't control me.
Yeah.
I'm going to run this life over here without you for a while. And I'm going to figure out how to be happy without you. And then maybe I'll reintroduce you into my life and I
Yeah.
will watch you closely and check and see if I'm starting to lose control to you. That's the only way that I see a person really being able to know for sure that like they're in control. And
Mm.
for people on that side of the spectrum where it's, oh, I don't know if I have an addiction or not, or I don't know if this thing controls me or not, step away from it for a while. Step away from it for a week or two
Don't
weeks
do it
or,
for a month.
yeah,
Oh,
depending on
I
what
don't
it
want to.
is,
Oh,
right?
why not? Maybe because you got a problem.
Exactly. Yeah. Check your withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah.
See if you
Totally.
go through withdrawal or see if you slip into a depression. And if you do, then, and the cure isn't to go back to using the thing. The cure is figure out how to live without that thing for a while.
Yeah.
And that's not easy. You need support, you need group support, you need to lean on some people to do that. But millions of people do that every year.
100%.